Okay, I wanted to do just a brief explanation of some of the features of the garrison. This is based on a level 2 garrison building. So my garrison on Hastily is now rank 2 guild or garrison. There are two tables that are important in the main building. This table that I'm about to click on opens up the follower table and how to control your followers. I'm basically right at the moment doing a turn in on some followers that I'd already sent out. They succeed, and if you click on the chest once they succeed, you get some items. As you see, I just got some XP that my companion gets. There's a little bit more. He got some gold, so you can get some gold. Sometimes you get items. I just got some garrison resources is what you use to send followers out, build your buildings, upgrade your buildings, etc, etc, etc. See, they just leveled up. Sorry if there's any spoilers. Those are some of the followers you may probably recognize a couple of them on that screen, because a lot of the followers are actually that you've seen from the real world. Okay, this is the basic interface of the missions, and because I'm level 92 on my warlock, I have access to more missions. There are basically three types: cleaning. Um, there's the missions for doing attacking mobs. There are missions that are for just basically spying on people out in the wilderness to get information on what they're going to be attacking, and that some items give the bonus XP, for example, would be going that's XP that goes to your follower, because your followers actually level up from level 90 at the start, and then as you go through warlords, you will get followers that are level 98, and they will hit level 100. And then once you do level 100 missions and 98 missions with level 100 companions, they will actually level up and become more powerful, like you do when you go hit level 100 and you start doing uh, heroics to get better gear. They will be doing missions to get better gear, leveling up their thing. And then after you've leveled them up 3 times, you can actually get missions that will actually give you raid quality gear. And how the raid quality gear acquired from your followers has to deal with is that, say, for example, on Iron, I've killed X number, they haven't really said how many, but X number of bosses on the heroic level difficulty from High Mall. It'll register that you are a High Mall raider of heroic difficulty. So once the followers are sent out on a raiding mission at that point, and that takes about a week to do, they'll come back and they have a chance of giving you a piece of armor um, to you, and it will be of 1 rank higher than what you're skilled for. Say if you're a heroic raider, you'll have a chance. The armor you'll become a mythic piece. It'll never be like tier pieces. It won't be certain weapons, trinkets, that sort of stuff. It's usually a piece of armor or back or something of that nature. The followers actually have to go through 4 stages of leveling at level 100 and they have to be upgraded gear like you as a player to get them to that point. They go through a 615 item level, which is what we'll be doing for getting into heroics and that, and then a 630 is equivalent to getting into like High Mall and that thing, and then 645 is getting into like heroic version of High Mall equivalent. Um, to send out followers are pretty simple. Like for example, this one, there each one has like different traits. Like this one has it's a time battle, so you have to kill this thing fast, and he does powerful attacks, powerful spell attacks. So you want to try to match up companions that are based. I don't have a companion that has those categories. Same with that one. You can actually see what type of thing if you hover over the thing, this thing. So, for example, this one is a timed event, and it's this. So I'll go through and see, do I have a timed event person on this one? I don't have a timed event. You can send followers that don't have timed event. They just have, like this one's cleaning, doing just basic chores. So you can send it like a level 90, send it a mission. This one has, it's like magic debuff, so you want to have like an NPC that has cleansing. For example, a holy pally or your my priest here. And because she gets the bonus, she has a 100% chance. If she didn't have, like I'm going to pick one here that has the mortal strike. If I did this guy, he would have 100%. But if I did this guy, you see it's like 65 on the screen right at the moment. If I put her in there, it's only 78% chance. But if I put in my DK, which is a follower that you get, or subtlety, like the blood DK has 100% because he has the bone shield, which counters the massive strike, and you can just send them off, and then you just follow through, and you can send out as many missions as you have that you have followers for. You could have up to about 15 missions, and it's if you don't like you can't send one out for a particular mission right at the moment. It's not like that mission's going to go away as soon as you close the tab. It will stay open for the rest of the day, and then you might all of a sudden get additional ones added throughout the day. If you're out in the wilderness, you see like you have this little circle with the cross up here by my mini map. You can open up this. It will say, okay, these are what are in progress, how long they have. If you're in different zones, you don't have to go back to your garrison to complete them. Once you've started questing in any of the other zones like Gorgron, Nagrand, Talador, Spires of Iraq, they when you start questing in that particular zone, they will have a little table like this in your like what they classify as outposts that will allow you to have access to bring it like this table here to bring up to finish missions, send in followers. You don't have to go back to your garrison all the time because a lot of the garrisons are really, really, really short. This little table over here beside the little gnome, and you probably recognize the person's name if I get my pet off him from in Stormwind. And this is what a rank 2 garrison map would look like. See, I have access to the rank 2, what they called is basically the mine. I have one work order open available to me, and you can see if I hover over it, here's the perks. I know it's going to be really, really, really small on the stream, on the video, but I can always show you a little bit of that information externally. See, I have like a rank 2 garrison. If I click on it and I hover over it, it says I can't do level 3 because the level 3 unlocks access to additional large, medium, and small plot. Also grants access to 3 custom monuments and direct transport to Ashara. And you have to be level 100 to be able to access rank 3 garrison itself. This is like a rank 1 Lunarfall Inn, which is your own personal inn. The nice thing about the inn is that there's an NPC inside that will you can send out to look for particular traits. Say you want to see it and have like a companion that could deal with the powerful spell attacks. So what that'll do is you can hire people that have those things, or you can hire someone that has specialty of mining, so you can get more ore out of your mine and other stone and other stuff without you having to actually mine the thing. What they'll do is if you're not a miner, for example, and you don't mine, you have the follower, and you go into the mine, you'll have all the mining nodes like you would have out in the wilderness within the mine, and you would have like, oh, see, you can just see one just finished. You would have a bunch of like mining carts that you click on, and you would get all empty out of all the ore that NPC that's in your mine mined for you. And then you have the same kind of thing with your trade skills. If they're like a blacksmith, for example, they would give you access to having more work order space. The other thing I forgot to mention about the work orders is that the perk of having the building of your profession is that when you like, if with iron was 600 blacksmithing, I would get more products for the same cooldown of the work order that is used to craft the items than someone that has one blacksmithing or doesn't have blacksmithing at all. Because technically, even if you don't have blacksmithing, you have one blacksmithing within the building with the follower and the building itself. The building has to be rank 2 to get access to be able to place a follower within that building. For example, I'm just going to bring up the headhunter right now, and she doesn't have any NPCs because she has anything. You can actually see like around the corner, there's like Bud is in with my warlocks there. They give you out, like, you'll get NPCs in your inn to, it's a daily quest to go to a certain dungeon and kill a certain boss for them. And you get an item. Sometimes it can be gold, sometimes it can be a pet or an item or a ring or a trinket, depends on the quest. As your garrison is getting, when you're offline or just sitting around, every hour your garrison collects 5 resources on its own without you having to do anything, to a maximum of 500. If this pile is in front of my warlock, it's 500 total, it stops and you don't get any more, so you want to do it collecting. I just collected because I hadn't logged on this character. There's the 500 cap. And the other little feature that's kind of neat, if I walk up to this guard in front of me and stop there, hopefully she'll do it or he'll do it. Some of them don't. They will actually salute you, as like they'll stop, salute you. That one just, see, she just saluted. So you have your access to your mailbox. There's, as you see, there's a fountain. There's the level 1 barracks. And then, as you saw in the video that I showed yesterday, the barracks gets a bunch bigger. The building, like, this is a rank 2 garrison, so this building is a lot bigger. Instead of like with rank 1, it's basically a little tent. And that you have guild in that. She have just as a painter. The other little thing about on your garrison, that it does cost resources, so heads up. It does cost 100 resources, but there's a little potion here that lasts 1 hour that, I'll read it out because you can't read the tooltip through the video. Experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests is increased by 20%, lasts 1 hour. It costs 100 resources. And how you get resources is killing rares. Um, you can get a lumber mill within the second zone that will give you resources that you basically go out and harvest trees, give it to work orders at the lumber mill, and they give you resources based on. And there are like, depending on what level of lumber mill you have, you'll be able to cut down certain degrees of trees. See, like this is like the kind of the sky of the zone. This is, as I say, a level 2 garrison. The level 1 is a bunch smaller, and the level 3 is even bigger. This little sergeant here, he gives you out the other feature that they added to garrisons, that you can actually become in a group and get teleported to the leader of the group's garrison, and it's called invasion missions. So if I start up an invasion mission, for example, like a certain group of orcs or a certain group of mobs will be attack, and you have to survive the attack without a bunch of your main NPCs or your garrison get destroyed. And based on how well you do within the garrison, it's kind of like the proving grounds type situation, except you can have a group so you can handle more and more mobs, and you have a better chance of getting better items. Based on your score, you'll get a better item. And then there's like, as I said, there are basically everybody gets 4 items right off the start. They automatically get a mine, they automatically get a herb garden, they automatically get the fishing hut, and they get a pet menagerie section that will give you access for your battle pets. You do have to have level 25 pets and do some questing to be able to open that section up. The other thing about like a lot of the like those specialty buildings like the mine, the herb garden, and the fishing hut require you to do a certain amount of questing for that particular item to have access to. It's level 92 and completing most of the main story of Shadow Moon Valley for the mine. The herb garden opens up at 96, or completing Spires of Iraq. The fishing hut opens up at 98. And as I say, you don't have access to level 3 garrison buildings and level 3 garrison itself until you hit level 100. So like the whole process of like the leveling experience through all the zones will allow you to upgrade your garrison to more and more, get access to more of the garrison buildings as you go through the zones. Like some of them are locked behind having to complete a certain questing, or like to level 3 mine, for example, you have to have collected X number of stone from mining type resources, like mining it in the wilderness or mining from your garrison's mine. All the level 3 garrison buildings, a lot of them that are locked behind achievements, are count wide. So for example, on Iron Gates I collect 100 of the stones, and on Hastily I collected, because on the same account, 100. That's 200 out of the 250 that I need to do. And then on my rogue I collect 50, and I have a rank 3 garrison on Iron Gates. I would have access to the plan to upgrade my mine to level 3 when you're at max level. And then all other characters on that account have access to that plans, like the plans that are locked behind achievements or collecting stuff or that nature across the rest of the account. So you don't have to collect 250 for each character to gain that access to that particular plan. The other feature about the garrison that I kind of mentioned in the Flash is that once your garrison is rank 3 and your barracks is rank 3, you can have faction based guards. You see, like, right now they're all like Stormwind guards and dwarves walking around. For example, if you're DK and you're exalted with the Knight of the Envenomed Blade, you can have um, like Death Knights as all your guards. If you want to have all the Night Elf Sentinels that are like around Darnassus with their banner up on the walls and stuff like that, and their guards on the cat mounts and stuff like that wandering around your garrison, you can have that. If you want to have little gnomes all running around in their little armor, look like from the starting zone of their area, you can have that. You can have all the workings and that. So those are little like custom things about like the garrison in general. In another video, as you see, just some of the plan just finished up. So I'm gonna turn in those two missions, and then I'm gonna end this video, and I'll start making another one at a different time. Okay, so let's see. Did this one exceed? So she just got another bonus, 100% seeds. She got 103 because of the bonus, so I just made 25 gold. So like on this one, as I say, I don't have either one of those. But the other thing is you might have, like, you don't have the level or whatever. But you can, if you send out someone that's higher, like 92 mission, and you're sitting at level like 95, so you have a higher chance of succeeding even without having the right trait for the thing. As you see, like this one's a 10-hour one, so the followers are sent out and they're gone on the mission for 10 hours. But some followers have, like you can see, like the horse little guy here. What that'll do is that'll reduce the amount of time that the mission takes by 50%. So the 10-hour mission now becomes a 5-hour mission. And then as you get into some of the later ones, some of the missions get really, really, really tough. So like your companions or followers will be out of order for 24 hours from the time they turn in the mission, because they're exhausted, they're tired out, they can't go out on another mission, so they sit around. As I say, you can assign followers to your profession buildings like blacksmithing, engineering, etc., like those type of things. They become non-accessible to sending them out for missions to, like, through this UI. They give you the perk of whatever profession building they are in. So this is it for this particular video. I hope this little first crash course video helps for like the little introductory to Garrisons. Talk to you later.